Hello and a very warm welcome to Meghan and Harry News YouTube channel. I'm Alex and it looks very much like we have some more drama today. So here is the royal tea and it's hot. Here we see in The Guardian, Harry and Meghan reject claim Queen not consulted on Lilibet name. BBC correspondent says palace source claims Sussexes did not ask for permission to use name for daughter. Isn't it amazing that the simple act of naming a child causes so much noise in the media? It really shouldn't be any fuss over this whatsoever, and the problem seems to be coming from the BBC. It reads here, Buckingham Palace has become embroiled in a row over whether the Queen was consulted over the name of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex daughter. Harry and Meghan's decision to name their second child Lilibet, a childhood nickname of the Queen, was seen as an attempt by the couple to try to mend their rift with the royal family. But the couple's suggestion widely reported in the media that the Queen gave her blessing for the name appears to have only deepened divisions with some at the palace. The BBC's royal correspondent, Johnny Dimond, reported that the Queen had not been consulted about the name. The BBC did not quote the source for its story directly, but Dimond said on BBC Radio 4's Today programme that the source had made it very clear that the Sussexes had not asked permission to use the name and that none had been granted. What us normal people don't quite understand is why does one have to get the Queen's permission for a name? Does she own the copyright to the name, Lilibet? I don't think so. What else do they not need to get permission from that Queen for? Do they need to get her permission every time they go to the toilet in Montecito, 5,500 miles away? Argument about whether or not someone got someone else's permission for their child's name. How silly is all this? But let's continue with this nonsense. The BBC are sticking by their story that the Queen didn't give permission. They said a good palace source was absolutely adamant that the name had not been run by the Queen. A spokesperson for the Sussexes insisted the Queen was told in advance about the name and that the couple would not have used it had the monarch disapproved. The spokesperson said, the Duke spoke with his family in advance of the announcement. In fact, his grandmother was the first family member he called. During that conversation, he shared their hope of naming their daughter Lilibet in her honour. Had she not been supportive, they would not have used the name. Lawyers for Harry and Meghan have written to the media asserting that BBC's claims are false and defamatory. Here we see in the Daily Mail. They have gone into full drama queen mode. It reads, Harry wages war with BBC. Furious prince threatens legal action over claim he did not consult Queen before naming his daughter Lilibet. As extraordinary briefing, row breaks out between Sussex's palace and broadcaster. An extraordinary three-way briefing war broke out between the Sussexes, the palace and the corporation. Now, since all this has happened, the BBC have amended their report, yet the allegations still remain. BBC then amended its report, though the article still says that the Queen was not asked about the name of the baby. Mr. Dimond's tweets, citing a Buckingham Palace source, also still remain up. The explosive row is the latest chapter of Harry's ongoing feud with the broadcaster after he attacked the BBC following the inquiry into Martin Bashir's interview with his mother, Princess Diana. Harry blasted the 1995 BBC Panorama interview and said his mother lost her life because of this. Despite Harry's strong condemnation of the BBC report about Lilibet today, Buckingham Palace refused to comment on whether the story was true when approached. I personally think the whole thing is ridiculous and all over a baby's name. How childish and petulant this whole episode is. Let us know what you think in the comments. The only person speaking sense was this person. Reacting to the briefing war, former BBC royal correspondent Peter Hunt said, not a good look for the House of Windsor when the briefings and counter-briefings are about a baby's name. ITV royal correspondent Chris Shipp said, clear pushback already from source in Harry and Meghan's office on the story. we've gone from racial allegations to whether or not the Queen gave permission for a name to be used. Elsewhere though, we have some more positive news about Doria. It's difficult to ascertain if there is any truth in this story, but it claims that Doria is the dedicated grandmother and provided indispensable help to her daughter and Prince Harry during her grandson's early days, and is already doing the same for baby Lilibet. It reads, Doria was not present at the birth this time round, but has moved into the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's mansion in Montecito, California. From the very beginning, it was seemingly evident Doria would be playing a far greater role in the lives of Harry and Meghan's kids than their royal relatives. Thank you for listening, and I will see you in the next video.